Hey, ICC friends, it is your girl Xaviera, and I am here for our Friday night chat. So, if you are new to the Friday night chat, it is when I come on and we talk about the top stories in entertainment and celebrity news for about an hour. So I thank all of you for coming in and joining tonight's chat. Feel free to let me know where you are checking in from. Please share tonight's chat to let others know that we are live. And just let me know where you're checking in from. So that's how we'll get tonight started. First things first, I apologize for being slightly late and for not advertising tonight's chat ahead of time. Usually I try to get like the reminder up during the afternoon, but today was one of those days. Actually, this week was like one of those weeks. It's been a really, really wild week. So I wasn't actually sure if I was going to come on tonight and do the chat because I got my grandbaby tonight. So I just sent a text to my daughter to send her in so you all can meet my grandbaby. So hopefully she will be coming in soon, but she is definitely the light of my life, and you will quickly see why when she makes her way in here. But I see Tony in the chat checking in. I see Cynthia checking in from Kenosha, Wisconsin. I have never been to Wisconsin, and I probably, at this point in time in my life, probably couldn't point it out on a map, but that's neither here nor there. I think I went a little crazy with the Vaseline on my lips tonight, so just please excuse me. Please excuse me. But before we get started talking about tonight's hot topics, I just want to get into just something that I kind of got to say. So this week was a really weird week for me, and I don't know if it was like a combination of PMS or perimenopause or whatever else was going on, but I spent a lot of time in my feelings this week, and I found it very strange and odd that um how can I say this? A lot of people who are on the ICC page will not be on the ICC page anymore. And I guess that's the easiest way that I can say this. Um, I tell y'all all the time about people coming onto the page and sassing me and talking crazy to me, and it comes with the territory. I mean, people love an opportunity to talk crazy to me or to make sure I take notice of them or see their comments. I have some people who will follow me from post to post, just commenting like strange or weird things to me. I guess they want some type of response out of me. But this week was one of those weeks that was especially unnerving for me because a lot of people, I've been doing this for a long time, and a lot of people on the page I've come to kind of cyber know y'all. That's the way I'll put it. We done e-meet, we eat meat, e-meet it. And I can kind of consider you my cyber family. So it was really weird this week when I saw certain people that I thought were kind of dope and kind of cool sassing me on the page. And then other people that I thought were equally dope and cool were putting hearts and liking the comments of the people who were sassing me. And I guess I just realized this week, like my level of petty is a little higher than I thought it was, because I'm the type of person that if someone says something crazy to me, I'm going to get rid of the person who says something crazy to me. And I'm also going to get rid of the people who liked it. And the reason why I'm going to get rid of the people who liked it is because if you really thought higher than of me than that, you wouldn't be co-signing somebody talking crazy to me, if that makes sense. So there are a lot of people who will not be in the mix that used to be in the mix. And I'll just put it like that. Okay. Okay. I don't know why my grandbaby didn't come in here. And it's funny because my best friend and I, we always talk about how, you can go to certain sites and you can go into their comment section, and it's almost like you're in combat where people are talking crazy to one another. They're cussing each other out. They're disrespecting each other. And that is not the type of environment that I want in my space. And if I catch people disrespecting another person in the comments, I plan to shut that down. But it's just wild to watch people try to sass me. It's almost like you come into my place of business and then try to sass me. And then the other people who are in the place of business are like, yeah, get her. Yeah, get her. Okay. All y'all need to see the exit. Let's just single file, just show your way out, So one of the things that I won't do is allow people to disturb my peace online, especially when I'm trying to work and earn a living to take care of my family. Not gonna let y'all disturb my peace. But if you could just hold on one second, I'm gonna go get my grandbaby because it is important for me to let y'all meet my grandbaby. Please hold. Evie? Eve. Come here, baby. Hurry up. Come here. I want you to say hi to my friends. You ready to say hi to my friends? Okay. You want to sit on my lap or you want to sit in the chair by yourself? Okay. You got it. Go ahead and sit down. You got to turn it around. There you go. All right. Get up on your knees so they can see you better. On your knees. Okay. All right. So say hello. Look right into this camera right here. And say, hey, y'all.
Hi, y'all.
And introduce yourself.
My name is Eve.
And how old are you?
4 years old.
And who's your grandma?
Esther.
And who else is your grandma?
Grandma Pat.
And who else is your grandma? I know.
My Shuggy.
Okay, your Shuggy. That's right. And tell everybody where they should get their delicious scoops of entertainment and celebrity news. Should they get it from Chipotle or should they get it from ice cream what?
Popsicles.
Ice cream popsicles. Girl, you messing up the family business.
Sorry.
What is the name of my business? You forgot?
Ice cream combo.
Ice cream combos, that's right.
Ice cream combo.
That's right.
Lord.
You see all the people? Let me read some of the comments.
Okay.
Let's see. All right. So Marcus said, hi, Precious. And Shantae said, hi, Eve. Say hi, Miss Shantae.
Hey, hi, Miss Shantae.
And say hi, Mr. Marcus.
Hi, Mr. Marcus.
And Miss Monique said, hola, Eve.
Hola, Mr. Monique.
Okay, so listen. So Miss Monique said, hola. So tell Miss Monique who your friends are that live next door.
Who my friends are that live next door is...
What do you call them?
Neighbors.
And what else?
My amigas.
That's right. Your amigas. Okay, so let me tell you who else is saying hi. Hold on, because oh man, you're pretty popular. I might let you finish out tonight's chat. Let's see. Miss Felicia said hi. Miss Valerie said hi. Miss Shayna said hi. Miss Cynthia said hi.
I want to say hi to Miss Shayna.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, Miss Shayna.
And Mr. Aaron said hi. I know Mr. Aaron.
I want to say hi to Mr.
Okay.
Aaron. Hi, Mr. Aaron.
Okay. And Miss Cynthia said hi. And Miss Candy said hi.
Let me say hi.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Hi, Miss Andia.
All right. And Miss Terry said hi. Miss Tony.
Let me say Miss hi.
Okay.
Hi to Miss Tony.
Okay.
Hi, Miss Tony.
All right. Oh, look, Monique said buenos. Que bueno, Eve. You know what that means?
Grandma?
No, it means how good. How do you say grandma in Spanish?
Abuela.
Good job. All right. Okay. That's enough. Now you're doing a lot. Let's scale it back a little bit. All right. Give him a sweet smile. Oh, okay. All right. Come on. Now that I let everybody see the ice cream combos, baby, you got to go. All right. So tell everyone good night.
Good night.
And tell everyone thank you for supporting.
Thank you for supporting me.
Oh, my goodness. You spazzing out a little bit. Just say thank you for supporting Ice Cream Combos.
Thank you for supporting Ice Cream Combos.
It's our family business.
It's our family business.
And when you support my Shuggy.
And when you support my Shuggy.
You support me.
You support me.
All right, give them some hearts. Go ahead, lift it up. See if we can get some hearts to come up on the screen. Right there. Can we? Oh, there it is. You gave them some love. All right, come give me a kiss and let's go. I love you.
Daddy.
You did a good job.
Daddy.
You did a good job. All right, go in the room and dust this.
And this is me on watching boxes.
Oh, okay. Ooh, she a live one. All right, y'all. Introduce you to my sweet grandbaby. I know she should probably be in the bed right now, but she's a night owl. I try to keep her up late because she likes to get up wild early in the morning. So I try to keep her up as late as I can when she come over on the weekends, and she still get up at 7 o'clock in the morning. All right, so now that we've ended Romper Room, let's go ahead and get into some celebrity news and entertainment. So again, I see all of my beautiful ICC friends in the building. Thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Friday night. I appreciate all of you for taking the time to come in and kick it with me. So as always, I invite you to be a part of the conversation by sharing your thoughts, views, and opinions on whatever I'm talking about, whether you agree or disagree. As long as we keep it cute with each other, we will be good to go. All right. So the first thing that I want to talk about Thursday, Carla and I were recording the podcast. Now, in case you don't know, the Ice Cream Convos podcast is back. And tomfoolery and shenanigans unlimited, and I think you will really enjoy it. So if you have a situation during the week where you need something to listen to, whether you're walking, working, driving in a car, grocery shopping, anything that you can kind of plug in some earphones and listen, I highly recommend that you check out the Ice Cream Convos podcast. It is available on all the major streaming platforms. New episodes come out every Thursday. So this last episode that we released on Thursday is titled Flickted. Some of y'all may be old enough to remember the word flickted, and it's kind of hard to describe what flickted is, but if you know, you know. Okay, so that is the title of our most recent episode. So please definitely go listen to that. So the reason why I brought up the podcast is because this Thursday, we usually record on Wednesday, but for some reason we had some things going on because of course we're both moms, right? And when things come up with the kids, we got to move and shake. So we ended up recording on Thursday. So we're recording, we cutting up, we talking shiznit, we acting the fool, talking about all the hottest topics in celebrity news and entertainment. And then Carla goes, yo, we got breaking news. And I was like, what? And she was like, they just said OJ Simpson died. And I was like, what? She was like, yes, OJ Simpson died at the age of 76. We are literally I'm not going to say we're in the middle because we were already kind of wrapping up the podcast, but it literally went from being in the middle of a conversation to, all right, y'all, bye. Because I knew that I had to get online and I had to share this information. And I, for one, I was shocked by the news of OJ's passing, but I kind of wasn't. And the reason, I'm going to tell you the reason being, I was shocked by the news because I just didn't expect to wake up on Thursday, April 11th, and find out that OJ Simpson passed away on April 10th. But I do recall in passing, kind of hearing like rumors that OJ may have had cancer. Then he said he beat cancer. Then they said he was in hospice and he pulled up in the car like, hospice? Who in hospice? So I was like, okay, well, that's not true. But to be fully transparent, OJ Simpson was one of those people that I just kind of ignored, with all due respect. He was just one of those people. There are certain people in celebrity, so, in Hollywood, certain famous people, certain athletes, singers, rappers that I just ignore. And I ignore them for a number of different reasons. But OJ was just one of those people that, once I feel like he got a second chance at life, and he still kind of made some huge missteps even after the whole trial. I was just like, okay, like, I just got to sit him over here and just kind of let him do whatever it is that he does. And then when he discovered Twitter, it just got kind of weird, to say the least. But, it's never a time to rejoice when someone passes away. I guess it just depends on how you feel about them, because some people are like, okay, bye. But I'm always careful of how I speak of the dead, because I got to the Lord going to punch my clock one of these days. And I just don't want to be in a situation where I said mean or malicious things, and then I got to reap what I sow, or karma is knocking at my door, or people, when I go home to glory or go to the upper room, I don't want people like, oh, remember when she said XYZ, or remember when she did XYZ. I didn't want a situation like that. So I went ahead and wrote the post. OJ Simpson passed away at the age of 76 from prostate cancer. He did allude to having cancer in May of 2023 when he was talking about an athlete who was like smoking marijuana or something. And then he kind of went on to divulge that he too kind of he was partaking of the trees because he said he had caught some type of cancer, and he was using the marijuana to kind of help deal with chemotherapy, with the nausea and all that other stuff. So he kind of, put that out there to kind of let people know, hey, this is kind of what I'm dealing with. I said, okay. And then I believe he spoke with, no, he went on Twitter and he mentioned something about having cancer again, but then he was like, oh, but I'm over that now. Or either it was the same video. He kind of mentioned that he had beat cancer. And in a lot of cases, people do, they actually beat cancer and they go into remission. I think remission is the word, unless I'm thinking leukemia or something. I don't know. But they actually beat cancer, but in some unfortunate cases, it comes back. So the final word has allegedly been that OJ Simpson passed away from prostate cancer. So all of my ICC kings who are in this chat, or who may listen to this chat at a later time or on a replay, I implore you, I know it is not something that is at the top of your to-do list or something that you want to do or look forward to doing, but please, please get your prostate exam at the time or the age where your physician feels like you should do so. Okay. Because, a lot of times things can be caught early, if you go ahead or even if your body, I'm not going to go down a rabbit hole or get on a soapbox and start preaching about your health and all that. But just, if it's right here, the story is right here in our face. So I would be remiss if I didn't tell the amazing men in the ICC community to just go ahead and get that prostate exam. You will live to see another day. It will not change anything about who you were when you come out, before who you were before you came in, to who you are when you leave out. Okay. So just please, 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 get your exams. Ladies, same thing. Listen, let them check you from the rooter to the tutor. If preventative health can, and just those screenings and checkups can be so vital. Okay. So with that being said, a little while ago, I mentioned that I'm very careful what I say about people, especially those who have transitioned. And then you have some people who just don't give one goody god darn, and that enters Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner is another person that I had put on my do not answer list, ignore, they don't exist list. But for some reason, Caitlyn Jenner just pierces through that blocked list that I have her on and just makes her way into my line of vision. And this week, she probably regrets it, but this week, Caitlyn Jenner ended up on the Twitter Summer Jam screen after the news of OJ's passing began to spread, and she tweeted, "Good riddance, hashtag OJ Simpson." And by the time I pulled up, Twitter had already cooked Caitlyn like some unseasoned chicken. They had her on the grill, had her chopped up into leg quarters. It was a flame broiled hot ass mess. When I tell you, Caitlyn Jenner probably wished she didn't even have a Twitter account by the time they got done with her. No, you know what? As a matter of fact, she stood on business because she came back and doubled down on what she said. But let me tell you how they was cooking Caitlyn. First of all, the first tweet I saw was somebody calling her Mrs. Doubtfire. I choked on the food that I was eating. Never tweet and eat. Don't tweet and eat because you're going to choke. But Twitter lit her up. They were calling her Mrs. Doubtfire. Of course, it was the low-hanging fruit of people who started misgendering her as a form of disrespect. And I know there were people in the comments on our socials who were misgendering her as a form of disrespect. And listen, at the end of the day, whether or not I care for Caitlyn Jenner identifies as a lady. So if I'm going to disrespect her, I'm going to disrespect her as a lady. There's certain levels of disrespect that I just feel like if I disrespect her in that way, then I'm disrespecting other people in that community who have also, just, you get where I'm going. So I don't want to try to roast Caitlyn and indirectly offend another group of people who have nothing to do with her ignorance. So anyway, Caitlyn Jenner is getting cooked. And I had almost forgotten that Caitlyn Jenner in a former life, when she was Bruce Jenner, was involved in a fatal car accident that claimed the life of a woman. And someone pointed out, like, not you trying to talk about OJ when you got a body too. Then there were people who were super duper disrespectful and started calling Caitlyn out, saying, well, if OJ got two bodies, you got two bodies too. You got the lady in the car and you killed Bruce Jenner. That was wild. Just the disrespect. If you did not see those tweets, please make your way to icecreamconvos.com, where we serve delicious scoops of entertainment and celebrity news, because those tweets were the tweets that kept on tweeting. And so Caitlyn doubled down. She returned to Twitter and was like, yeah, I guess y'all think it's cute to bring up the fact that someone died in a car accident. And then she deflected by saying that it was a multiple car accident. So multiple vehicles were involved. It wasn't a situation where she was solely responsible. But she was like, yeah, but he murdered people. And so then I heard the argument, because when OJ Simpson passed away, I'm going to be 100% transparent. I wasn't really sure how to handle my blog post, because I can't play dumb to the fact that OJ's life has been one of controversy. It was messy. I guess that's the best way to say it. It was real messy. And so I didn't want to, I don't know. I didn't feel comfortable being like NFL star, hero, blah, 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 because, I know we're imperfect people, but there are some people who got a little bit more decals on their jackets than others. And so I still just tried to treat OJ with, respect, I guess. That's what I did. I didn't put too much sauce on it. I ain't take no sauce off. I just tried to just be respectful in the same way I would give respect to other people. There was another celebrity who passed away, and he was not a person of color. And he was an amazing actor, but he had a history of like whooping up on women and drugs, and it's like, I don't know. I'll leave it to somebody else to pull your Carfax report when the Lord punch your clock. That's just not my place or my job. I can let you know this person passed away. This is what their family said. This is what they're known for. This is some of the things that they kind of went through. And then I can let y'all take that information and do with it what you will. But I just don't want to get to heaven thinking I'm about to come up to the Holy Ghost party and the Lord looking at me all crazy at the pearly gates like, you remember that scripture I had? That one little commandment about loving thy neighbor? And you wrote this, that, and the third in a blog post in the year of my year 2024 because you wanted to get some clicks and giggles. Like, I just don't, I just don't want to lose my heavenly gift card messing around with OJ Simpson. So, but it's people like Caitlyn Jenner that I find to be very, very interesting, because I'm gonna just leave it there. Caitlyn be saying some real wild stuff out of her mouth, and she be carrying herself in some real wild ways to always be hollering how much of a devout Catholic she is. And I know it's as Christians, sometimes we love the Lord, but we'll cuss you out or kick your behind. I mean, I understand that sometimes people who love the Lord can be complex people, but at the same time, man, Caitlyn is just, I don't know. I feel like she's just a grimy person. And the wild part is like, you used to run around and hang with OJ. It's pictures. Well, Bruce did. So it's whatever. Listen, Marcus said holy and hood. I can get behind that. I can get behind that. But also while I'm doing RIPs, I definitely want to give a RIP to the legendary New York DJ Mr. C. He also passed away this week, like leaving the hip hop community completely stunned. Again, another person who had such an impact on the world, but they had, a few little things on their Carfax report. And, I'm just really, really happy that everyone kept it very respectful when it came to Mr. C, especially those in the hip hop community, because they know the impact that he had, regardless of his personal lifestyle or personal preferences. He still had an indelible mark on hip hop. So I definitely want to extend my condolences to his friends, his family, everyone who knew, loved, and cherished Mr. C. He will definitely be missed, but his legacy will be one that, hip hop DJs coming behind him can just kind of look at him as a blueprint and, go from there. So I definitely want to extend my condolences. So, okay, let's get out of the obituaries and give some updates. Aoki Lee Simmons is no longer a sugar baby. Look at God. Them prayers went up quick. When the saints put them prayers on Aoki, she got away from that worm infested man real fast, didn't she? Listen, at the end of the day, I told you guys on Facebook, I was like, when I see Aoki, it makes me sad. I shared a video of her. She got this modeling job with BCBG, and I know some of you said that the headline confused you. And you know what? Sometimes I think I confused myself with my headlines. It was just one of those days where it's like, I feel like I have a dueling brain. Like one side of my brain wants to tell you something, but the other side of my brain wants to tell you something else. And I end up telling you both sides at the same time. And y'all just got to decipher it and figure it out and work it out. Just work with me. You'll be able to tell the days that I'm under high stress. Those are the days you're going to get typos, weird headlines. I might just put the wrong picture on somebody's caption. I don't know. But on this particular day, I wanted to tell you all that with so much negative press that Aoki has been getting since this whole situation popped out with her and Paw Paw, she was just getting so much negative press and people was just kind of dogging her. Then you had the people that was like, get your bag, Aoki, get your bag. And then it was other people. Then they started bringing up her parents and her dad, who's, taking refuge in Bali, and talking about her mom, like she get it from her mama. And I'm thinking at the end of the day, yes, Aoki Lee Simmons is a grown woman. She's 21. But I mean, she's on the cusp of being grown. And at the same time, I'm 48 years old. I wouldn't want to see people sitting up talking about my mama and my daddy, or talking about the dumb decisions that I make and how did she go to Harvard and end up having to get dewormed, and so it was just a lot. So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and put out something positive. So Aoki got this BCBG campaign. Now, her mama said it was a global campaign, but when I looked up the campaign, it said that it was a New York capsule campaign. So I guess, I don't know if they're taking the New York capsule campaign and pushing it out global, but people like to use, those certain adjectives to put a little sauce on something, right? So global sounds a lot more powerful than a New York capsule campaign. So I'm not mad at Kimora. And Kimora like, look, y'all want to talk about my baby over here with this old man, but listen, my baby got a BCBG campaign. Look, y'all, look, it's global. Look over here. Don't look over there. Over here. So I was like, oh, okay, something positive about Aoki. So let me go ahead, let y'all know that she got this campaign. This is good. She's modeling. Now, in my brain, let me tell you what this side of my brain was like. Hey, tell everybody Aoki got a modeling job instead of talking about her and Paw Paw And then this side of my brain was like, oh, congratulations to her, because just earlier this week, she was asking people to stop talking about her weight online because she was losing jobs. So both sides of my brain wanted to tell you, hey, she was losing jobs, but she got a job. So y'all don't talk about her weight no more so she don't lose this job. And then the headline ended up being something like, Aoki Lee Simmons lands BCBG campaign, asks people to stop talking about her weight. And I think I put in there like, because she'd be losing jobs, and some of y'all was like confused. I didn't think it was confusing because the way my brain is set up, I just didn't. I don't know where I hit, where I fall on the spectrum, but I didn't think that was weird, but y'all thought it was weird. So I got to trust y'all, because y'all the ones who don't be going through all this stress I go through. So anyway, Aoki Lee went on live and she started asking people. She said, can you guys please stop saying that I'm anorexic online because it's causing me to lose jobs? And I was like, damn. But it wasn't what she said, it was how she said it. Like, she was like fidgeting, and she couldn't stay still. She was like doing like with her hands, and she was just really quirky. And of course she talks like her dad with the lisp, and it was just a lot. And I saw people saying like she appeared to be manic. And I'm like, I have no idea what type of stress levels this child is under. And yeah, I'm gonna call her a child because my oldest is 32 years old. So Aoki is a child to me. And I'm like, I don't know what her stress levels are. And I know, she thought she was eating down because a few videos before she was like, my boyfriend took me on a trip. I told my boyfriend what luxury stores I like to go in. My boyfriend told me I ain't have to pack because when we get on our vacation that he'll just buy whatever I need. My boyfriend. And then after social media got done with her, she was like, yeah, I'm single. I was like, damn, that was quick. But anything to get them worms off that baby. Just long as she's worm free, I'm happy. Okay. But like I said, I think a few weeks ago when the story first broke and I first talked about it, I just feel like Aoki does have some daddy issues, and it's manifesting in her life, and we're all seeing it. But at the same time, I know, the people who were not bothered by her running around with a damn near AARP ass old man, y'all were like, she 21, she grown. But the mom in me feels like that's a 21-year-old baby. So, and that's the way I look at it, So I'm just happy to report, unless she pulling a 52 fake out on us, that she is done with Pawpaw. So Pawpaw can go back to the restaurant and start passing out senior discounts to his patrons in his restaurant. London Brown, Raising Kanan star London Brown. He is a dancer. He's an actor. Some of y'all told me he a comedian. I'm like, oh, okay, because I was thinking more like clown, but y'all going with comedian. We'll rock with comedian. At one point in time, I really, really loved London Brown. And I've told you guys this on the Facebook page when we're talking about Raising Kanan, because Raising Kanan is my goddamn show. It is my favorite show in the Power universe. And I love the character development of London's character, Uncle Marvin, on the show. And as his character progressed, and they did such amazing character development with his role on the show, it made me just like him even more, just all the way around, right? Because, sometimes we like a character so much, we look at the actual human being as the character. And I think that's kind of where I was. But London quickly reminded me that he is not Uncle Marvin. London gets on social media, and I guess when he's in a trailer in between takes on Raising Kanan or in between jobs or whatever, he gets on social media and Instagram, and he goes live, and he gets in his Kevin Samuels bag. That's the easiest way. He starts pontificating and he tells you what he thinks about relationships and what he thinks about women and it's always something where he's minding women's business. And I ignored him for a while because I went into one of the first time I saw a live chat. I hopped in. I'm like, oh shoot, Uncle Marvin live. Let me hop in here and see what he talking about. And I think I lasted like a minute. I was like, I need to get out of here because if I stay in here, I will ultimately end up stop watching Raising Canaan. So I was like, no, I can't stand here. But his little hot takes then got to the point where he is starting to make it headlines off of these hot takes. Now, you would have thought he would have simmered down after he jumped out there and started talking about Drea and gave a message, sent a bro message to Drea's preschool baby daddy. Basically saying, we this and we that, and everybody. I see what you did right there. So, just talking about how he implied that he is one of the many men who may have had some type of relations with Drea, and basically gave like the big bro, big unk warning to her baby father. And I'm like, oh, okay. And Drea came back and chewed him up. You remember the big chewing gum that was all shredded up and it kind of mind you like a MLB player, and you can just pull it out and kind of dump it into your mouth, chew it up and make yourself a little gumball. Yeah, that's how she chewed London Brown up. She chewed him up. She says, "Sir, I do not know you. What is we? Why are you out here talking like you clap my cheeks? What is we? I don't know you. Who is this man?" How Keke Palmer says, "Sorry to this man. I don't know you." So you thought he would have chilled out from there, but no. London didn't chill out. London hopped back on Quinta Brunson's Instagram and said that women over the age of 35, especially women with children, have a fantasy in their head that if they find out their man is cheating, they are going to leave. And he said, you over 35 and you got 2 or 3 kids, where you gonna go? I just want to take a moment to salute all of the ice cream combos queens who ate down in their responses to that stupid ass question. It was a stupid ass question. And I side-eye men who have the audacity and the unmitigated gall to believe that they are such a prize that they can treat a woman any kind of way and the woman will still stay put. Now, I am not oblivious to the fact that there are some, I'm going to stick beside them assholes out here. I ain't one of them. And the ICC queens on my page and in my ice cream convos community ain't either. But it's just so interesting how, because I was like, someone literally said, is this a skit? It was given skit, because it was like, you as a grown ass man can't possibly be sitting up here spewing this logic on Quinta Brunson's internet and truly and wholeheartedly believe it in your core. But he did, y'all. I looked at his eyes. He believed it. And then he went on to say, because then, of course, women were talking back and forth, and some women was like, I'm happily single. So he argued that point. He said, okay, well, say you don't have kids and you claim you're single. Eventually, you'll get tired of eating by yourself. You'll get tired of hanging with your girls. You'll want your back blown out. And then he said, and not even considering the way some of y'all look or your weight. Excuse. As my grandma would say, I beg your partner. I beg your partner. The way we look and our weight, sir. I just want to know what bottom of the barrel, low self-esteem, having ass women you keep in your mix, because he seems like the type that will date a woman who feels codependent on him so that he can feel important in his household, that he can feel like he the man. I literally saw today, he said something else today. But let me tell y'all why it's funny how I keep getting wind of what he said. London Brown has blocked me on everything on this planet and the next. And probably rightfully so. But let me tell y'all why he blocked me. Because you probably are thinking to yourself, logically, you took the context clues of everything I just said about London Brown, and you probably said, sis, I can totally understand why he blocked your ass. If he feels like this and you're saying that, I'm pretty sure he don't appreciate you saying these things about him, and that's why he blocked you on everything. No, y'all, let me tell you the real reason. I think I just spit. Sorry, I didn't mean to spit. Let me tell you the real reason why London Brown blocked me. When Drea chewed him up, I wrote a blog post about what he said about Drea because I'm fair in my reporting. Okay? I am fair in my reporting. I wrote the post about what he said about Drea because even a broken clock is right twice a day. And there are certain things in his diatribe that he said about Drea that I personally agree with. Some things that he said I personally agree with. But when Drea chewed him up, it got really, really funny to me. And so I have to be fair. If I can write about him talking about Drea, I can write about Drea chewing him up. So when I wrote about Drea chewing him up, one of my ICC friends on Twitter was like, well, he finally got the attention he wanted, or something to that effect. And when she wrote it, she had tagged him in it, which I didn't realize. She had tagged him in the tweet when she was writing to me to say London finally got the attention he was seeking. I wrote back, Fran, exclamation point, LOL. He blocked my ass from here to that solar eclipse that went down on Monday. He blocked me on Twitter. He blocked me on my personal Twitter. I believe he blocked me on the Ice Cream Convos Twitter. He blocked me on Instagram. He blocked me on the Ice Cream Convos Instagram. He blocked me on my personal Instagram. And at this point, he probably blocked me on Facebook too. I said, what the heck? Oh.
Can I have a snack?
What?
Can I have a snack?
You want a snack?
Please.
You want a snack?
Can you give me a snack?
Go ask Poppy, can you get some fruit snacks?
Okay.
Love you.
That's not funny. Let's go.
Uh-oh. Sorry. Not her. Eve said, damn, your little chat. Can I get some snacks? But yeah, so y'all, so he blocked me on everything. And it was funny because before he blocked me, we was talking in DMs about trying to get him on the Ice Cream Convos podcast or get him on Ice Cream Convos to do, I know. My grandbaby, I told y'all she go to bed late when she over here because I need her to sleep in on the weekend. But yeah, she want her snacks at 11 p.m. But so we were conversing in DMs about trying to get him like set up for an interview. In hindsight, look at God, because if I had interviewed him, I had planned to tell him what an amazing actor he is. I had planned to tell him what an amazing job he's doing on Raising Kanan, which is absolutely true. I can't take that away from him. I was planning to highlight him in a positive way, introduce him to my audience who may not be familiar with his past work. I was going to look out for my mans, only to find out he is the ops. He the ops. Look how God protected me, because there is nothing that I can't stand more than uplifting someone and finding out they are basura. I'm going to get in my bilingual bag tonight. Nothing worse than uplifting somebody to find out like they goofy in the end. And so I'm going to be struggling with the next season of Raising Kanan, but I'm just going to have to I'm going to have to do my best to separate the man from the art. But he says something else crazy that came across my timeline tonight. And again, he was minding women's business as usual. And I just want to know, like, who appointed him, like, the guru of women in relationships. Oh, tonight his topic was women degrading themselves by trying to get their lick back. Like if they get cheated on, they degrade themselves by trying to cheat back to get their lick back. Charlotte never failed. He flicked it. He is flicked it. I think I'm going to bring that word back the same way I brought Molly Wop back last year. I'm bringing back flicked it. I'm about to start calling people flicked it. Plain and simple. He flicked it. So, boom. Yep, he flicked it. Charlotte never lets me down. Just word to the Charlotte, that girl. Yeah. Beef. I know that mercury is in Gatorade, but folks are cutting the fool. I just don't understand why people can't get along. I don't understand why everybody want to put beef on the grill. Beef has been running rampant, especially over this past week. So much so that I threw in the tile like Tyrese. Some of y'all may understand that reference. I threw in the tile like Tyrese and was like, I just can't keep up with everything. I gave it my best shot, Jesus. Like today, I think I put out 2 posts today. My brain just was like, nah, sis. And I was like, okay. Yeah, the beef. Okay, so let's start with, where do we want to start? Lord. Okay. It's JT versus everybody. Y'all, I know JT thumbs are tired. I could picture her sitting at home with 2 little thumb casts on her fingers. Because the way JT be fighting on Elon Musk's Twitter, JT be fighting for her life. First, it was Glorilla. Glorilla put out the song I. And Glorilla said something like she got in her Beatles bag of imagine a world where Nicki and Cardi got along and and me and JT, we ain't tight, but we ain't beefing neither. And JT didn't appreciate that. And I fully understand why JT didn't appreciate that. If you've been following this, and I haven't even been following it. This has been force-fed to me. Okay? I haven't even been following it. It was force-fed to me. But apparently, in the past, there was some type of altercation between JT and Glorilla. Now, the streets was saying that Glorilla slapped JT. JT said that woman ain't slapped me. But of course, nobody wants the truth if the lie's more entertaining. So nobody paid attention to JT saying that woman ain't slapped me. And then it kind of died down. Okay. But then Glorilla never addressed the fact that people were saying she slapped JT, which led me to believe it was some truth to something. Something happened. I don't know if they did one of these at each other or if somebody bumped somebody's shoulder. And we know JT will cut up. JT cut up on Lil Uzi Vert at the awards show because I guess somebody with the seating and Ice Spice was sitting there and something. We know JT will cut up. So it wasn't far-fetched to believe that something happened between these 2 ladies. Okay. But Glorilla never addressed whether or not there was an altercation, whether or not she slapped her. So I said, is Glo trying to take the high road? And somebody looked at me and was like, yeah, Glo. I said, okay, she's taking the high road. Okay, bet. Not mad at the high road, okay, because it's the road less traveled. So I'm not mad at Glorilla taking the high road, but when she put out her mixtape, everything, Curbans on Curbans, she put out the mixtape. She made reference to JT. And that is where I feel like Glorilla was wrong. If you know you have an issue with this lady, don't mention her name on a track, because Glorilla is smart enough to know the minute she mentions JT, it's going to rehash the conversation. Everybody's going to be like, yo, on such and such song, Glorilla said blah, 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 blah. And that's exactly what happened. Well, JT took to Twitter. And JT was frustrated, understandably so. Like, listen, she let everybody believe she smacked me. She ain't say nothing, but now she want to use it and to prop up this song, mention my name on the song, and then the next thing you know, they was fighting in the streets of Twitter. JT and Glorilla was going at it, and they was talking about mattresses and mug shots and wigs, raggedy wigs, and I was like, excuse me, can I interject? No shade to nobody, no shade, no tea, but both of y'all wigs be looking a little raggedy. Now, I'm not a wig connoisseur, but both of y'all wigs be looking a little raggedy. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap out and let y'all finish. Cause you ever see two people going at it and you like, Pop, yo, do y'all realize y'all talking about yourselves while y'all talking about each other? Cause child, with the baby hairs that come down that just slightly graze the eyebrows. Like, what are y'all doing with these wigs? Like, a lot of these wigs feel like if you took them off, you could sit them next to you and they will stand up and talk to you. And listen, the way my hair is thinning out, I'm pretty sure pretty soon I'm going to end up in a wig or bald headed, one or the other. But I promise y'all, on everything I love, I make a vow to you and my family in the years to come, I will never wear a wig that has pre-made baby hairs that come down and cover the majority of my forehead all the way down to the sideburns with the swoop-de-loop-de-loops. No, you ain't never got to worry about me. You ain't got to worry about me. I will wear a Scully. I'm from New Jersey. I will put a Scully on before I do all that. It is offensive. Some of these wigs are downright offensive. And I mean, y'all do what y'all got to do. I know this y'all style, the colors, all that other good, just offensive. Okay, so we not going to throw shade at I'm not going to stand by and let y'all throw shade at each other over raggedy wigs. That's where I got to draw the line. I got to tap in. Excuse me, interject. Flag on the play. Both of y'all wigs is raggedy. Flag on the play. Especially rich people with raggedy wigs. That always baffles me. And there is a very, very, very popular singer who wigs be raggedy a lot and nobody says anything. Nobody says a word about it. And I'm just sitting there like, am I the only one in here who sees this wig that looks like, never mind. That's not, I didn't come here tonight to talk about people's wigs. But okay, so JT and Glorilla, so they go at it. Eventually they stop. They stop going at it. And then while they're going at it, then it was, hey, look at Saw Weedy, because I call her Saw Weedy. They said, look at Saw Weedy. Saw Weedy had liked JT's post about Glorilla. Or was it the other way around? I don't know. Some way, shape, or form, Saw Weedy got in the mix for liking a tweet. And I'm like, okay. Then the next thing you know, they was like, oh, Victoria Monet. She liking tweets too, or she retweeted. So then Victoria Monet had to come out. She had to stop her Coachella rehearsals and say, look at here. I don't do beef and I don't like black women beefing with one another. This was my social media team. And someone on my team reposted something in the middle of this Glorilla JT stuff, but she is now fired. How they say? Somebody getting fired. Hey, yeah, she fired. She lost her job because she wanted the kiki in the beef. See how what a beef ain't, they say red meat ain't good for you. They said it's not good for you. And whoever that little social media person was, now they outside of a job. You know how easy of a job it is to run a social media for Victoria Monet? Do you know how easy that is? All you got to do is post some fly ass pictures of her and let people know where she's performing and where her song's coming out. But nope, you wanted to cha-cha slide into some beef, and now you moonwalking into the unemployment office. Just y'all, really? Really? But to be fair, because see, Marcus says she should have logged back into her own account. But to be fair, I had multiple accounts on Instagram. And I got 2 accounts on Twitter. Oh, I got 4 accounts on Twitter. Four fingers. And I mainly F up on Instagram as far as like switching between my accounts, because I have my personal account, I have Ice Cream Combos, I have the podcast, and what else do I have on there? I got some other accounts. But sometimes I'm in the wrong account and I post by accident. And I'm like, my bad. My bad. You know, so I see how it can happen. You think you in one account, but you never switch. Okay, I can see how she can make the mistake. But it's the fact that you was so geeked up to hop into somebody else's beef and champion one person over the other. It cost you your job. That was the Lord telling you to go sit down. Go sit down. Go sit down. Because now you done lost your job. Because you wanted to champion beef. But anyway, so then Victoria Monet was like, take me out of the group chat. I ain't got nothing to do with it. The person who inserted me has been fired. Let me get back to my rehearsals. Okay. And she put that on her mama and her hood. I ain't got nothing to do with this. All right. So I'm like, whew, Lord, I know JT about tired. Next thing I know, they like, yo, JT and Carisha fighting. I said, the city girls down. Why is the city girls on social media fighting one another? City girls down. So now JT and Carisha going at it. And I had a feeling that something was going on between them. But again, I'm just at home speculating. So I'm not going to speculate out loud until I got some type of concrete, something that I can tell y'all, hey, I did think this before it actually happened. And I don't know. It was just the writing on the wall. Like, it was almost like you could kind of see the wedge between them getting wider and wider. You know, Carisha has little sex worker allegations on her. She run around with Diddy. JT in love with Uzi, and it's almost like 2 different worlds trying to come together. You know, I mean, they meet in city girl land, but I don't know. But it was just interesting to see the type of things that they were saying about each other. It was like, oh, you sneak diss me. Oh, you ain't never there for me. Some, you always play crazy. You play stupid. It really literally sounded like 2 siblings on social media arguing with one another. Like, mom always let you get away with everything. Why my curfew got to be 10 and mom let you stay out till midnight? Like, it came across really, really elementary as far as like what their gripes were with one another. Something could have been very, very easily handled through a phone call or a text message, a bird signal. We didn't need to see it on Twitter. But eventually they did have a phone call. They squashed it, ended it with, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Okay. Cute. I wake up and they talk about Chris Brown done diss Quavo. Chris Brown? Breezy? What? Okay, I already know him and Quavo got the history, Carucci, you know, and all this other stuff. But Chris Brown, wasn't y'all just sitting together at the fashion show? Like, that's one thing. If we right here and you don't say nothing to me, don't go home and then say something to me when you get home. Because they were sitting just like this at the fashion show. Why you going to go home and then say something to me weeks later? It was almost like, I don't know, maybe tomorrow I'll find a blogger and maybe diss them. Might get my views up, might increase my audience, because I feel like this is what we doing now. when you want that little extra oomph, because Chris Brown dropped the deluxe version of his album, right? And of course, he drops a Quavo diss on it. What better way to up the ante and bring more eyes and attention to your release of your deluxe version of your album? So it was something like, I drank 1945. I don't know what the damn liquors is, but he was like, not no uh Quavo, and my girls like Casamigos, not the Migos. Bro, what? I mean, it sounds good because, you know, whenever Chris Brown singing or talk, it sounds good. But I'm just like, bro, what? You could have just wrote him a letter on a piece of paper and made it an airplane and just, okay. So then I wake up again today and they like, oh, Quavo done this Chris Brown. Yo, I'm tired. But I mean, if Chris Brown fires a shot, in the grand scheme of things, okay, Quavo, go ahead, say something back to the man. Go ahead, say something back. Just say something back. Okay. I was going to say something that'll probably have me fighting Team Breezy tomorrow, so I'm going to chill. But yeah, so anyway, Quavo says something to the effect of, you the type of dude or something that'll get mad and hit her. I'm sorry I don't have the lyrics tonight, but I'm just dumbfounded. And I kind of clocked out of celebrity news today, but I know Quavo said something to the effect of Chris Brown putting his hands on a woman in his little diss. And I said, ooh, Chris Brown went low and Quavo tried to take it to hell. Here we are. So then I also woke up today to find out that Future and Metro Boomin dropped We Still Don't Trust You. Now, I enjoyed We Don't Trust You so much so that I was like, ooh, more music. And I turned it on, and I'm sorry I couldn't get jiggy with it. I know they said Future Vandross is back. Future was singing all over the album. Now, it's a lot of things that I do like about Future, but his singing ain't one of them. Well, what's that song? Look, 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 look. I like that one. Him and Rihanna. Love. Yeah, I like that one. But yeah, he's not going to Future Vandross me to death all over an album. But on the album, they said ASAP Rocky diss Drake. ASAP Rocky? Okay, self-explanatory. Rihanna. One word, Rihanna. Okay, he's dissing Drake. I'm like, okay. Now, keep in mind, Future and Metro Boomin already don't mess with Drake. Then you had Kendrick Lamar, who fired at Drake like he was Ricky running down the alley on his way to the corner store in Boys in the Hood. Then they said The Weeknd is on the album singing disses. How you out? I'm just a star boy. Like, how you out here singing disses to Drake? And someone said, and I think I might have to agree with this. Someone said, Drake is really looking like Thanos out here because these other rappers are coming together like the Avengers to take him down. I'm just waiting on Drake to... Oh, my snap was real dry. Hold on. There it was. I'm just waiting on Drake to snap like Thanos. I cannot snap with it. I can't snap. Snapping is not my ministry. I just don't understand why the Drake hate train. They must be running a discount, a BOGO, buy one seat, get one seat free, because the Drake hate train is filling up fast. Really, really fast. But you know what went away faster than... What is moving faster or has moved faster than this Drake hate train? That damn big three. That big three crumbled faster than that Drake hate train. Ain't no more big three. I'm just a messenger. You can do like this with your big three. Ain't no more big three. Let it go. You got to let it go. Just like another love. TKO. Big three gone. Ain't no more big three. Jermaine Cole got on that stage on Sunday night and told them peoples he is sorry. Told Kendrick Lamar he is sorry. He is sorry, and he ain't slept, and it messed with his spirit, and he had to go in his prayer closet, and he had to realign himself with the Lord, because he did some really goofy and lame stuff by trying to put out a diss record against Kendrick Lamar. And I woke up on Monday morning. Every morning when I wake up, first thing I do is say my prayers, thank the Lord for waking me up to see another day. And the next thing I do is I grab my phone and I peruse through Instagram, Twitter. I check my emails, everything, just to make sure I ain't missed nothing while I was sleeping. And the first thing I saw was a video of Jermaine Cole apologizing to Kendrick Lamar and apologizing to his fans for being goofy and lame, for putting out 7-minute drill. And I said, what? So the first thing I did was call my husband at 6:30 a.m. because he was on his way to his employment. And I called him on the phone, and he answered the phone in a panic, because why am I calling him 6:30 in the morning? And I said, you ain't gonna believe this. Now, mind you, this man is in a mild panic, because not only am I calling him at an unusual time in the morning when I'm typically getting dressed or taking my daughter to school, the first words out of my mouth is, you ain't gonna believe this. So I know he's bracing himself. His mind is probably racing. He's probably wondering if something happened within our family, with the kids, the grandkids, something, just what is it? And I said, J. Cole done apologized to Kendrick Lamar. His what was louder than my what. I believe my husband yelled what in his car. Now, one of the things, when I met my husband, one of the things that we built our foundation of love upon was our love of hip hop. A Southern man and a Northern girl coming together in the good old South of Atlanta, bringing our love for hip hop together and building a foundation that's turned into 3 kids and 2 grandbabies. This is what hip hop has done for my family. And I'm looking at Jermaine Cole, a young, gifted Black man who has spent a large portion of his rap career telling us how he is one of the top rappers in the game. How he is he is the one who coined the big 3. It was his decision to make a big 3 and insert himself. But then he said there's a big 3, but he's Muhammad Ali. The champ is here. The champ is here. I watched Muhammad Ali get knocked the fuck out on stage in Dreamville on Sunday night. I'm talking about punch drunk, sprawled out, toes pointed in like this. And I went through the comments and I'm like, I know people are in shock just like me. And all I saw was, yes, Black man, yes, Black king, grown man-ish. This is what I'm talking about. This some grown man-ish, this accountability, this is, and I felt like I was London Brown at a convention of strong Black women. I was like, am I this out of touch? Am I this immature? Is my brain this small that I can't get on the yes, grown man-ish train? I was sitting in the bed self-reflecting. Like, why don't I feel like, yes, J. Cole, I'm so proud of you for this? Why don't I feel that in my spirit? I feel like he let Nas down. I feel like he let me down. Like, why am I sitting here feeling like total and full disappointment of J. Cole? So I'm going to keep this brief because I have already talked about it on the podcast. And if y'all want to hear me rant and lose my shiznit, you can go ahead and do that on the podcast. But I'm going to just keep it short and plain here. I am going to say, in my most mature tone possible, I feel like J. Cole issued that apology at Dreamville because Twitter told him 7-minute drill was whack. And I feel like he was not only embarrassed, I also feel like he don't even believe the disses that he shot and the shots that he fired at Kendrick Lamar. I don't even believe J. Cole believed it. He didn't even say it with his chest. And his fans were caping for him saying, hey, this was just a little jab. This was a little warning. Okay. All right. If that's what we're going with, that's what we're going with. I feel like J. Cole was embarrassed because Twitter said that I guess his diss was weak. I feel like he did not feel comfortable. He didn't believe what he said. It's like me trying to diss my best friend. If me and my best friend fell out and I wrote a diss song about her, that's going to be the wackest diss you ever heard because I think she's one of the greatest humans on earth. So how can I go from thinking she's one of the greatest humans on earth to trying to write a diss song about her and trying to convince y'all that she ain't ish? I guarantee you, if everyone on Twitter listened to 7-minute drill, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, wherever, WhatsApp, Twitch, wherever, if everyone listened to that 7-minute drill and told J. Cole he ate down and Kendrick gonna be shaking in his boots, we wouldn't have got that apology. And he would have slept well for those past 48 to 72 hours he claimed he lost sleep. But on the flip side, I am not going to knock somebody who did whatever it is that they feel they need to do for their peace and their mental health. But all I'm saying is, ain't no more big three. And J. Cole can continue to make excellent music. Lyrically, he is an intellect with his pen and pad and on a mic. But he better not talk to me no more about being one of the top rappers in the game or being the big dog. Because the minute you hopped off that porch and tried to bark, you went hoarse and you ran back up on the porch and apologized. I come from an era of Jay-Z and Nas. I come from Biggie and Tupac, for example, because we all know how that turned out. I come from Ice Cube and Common. I come from Eazy-E and NWA and Dr. Dre and Ice Cube. And I come from all of that. And the thing is, with Kendrick and J. Cole, I never expected, and I don't believe in my heart of hearts that it would have went any further than just lyrics to music. Certain people, when they start beefing, like Quavo and Chris Brown, I'm a little nervous because Chris Brown liked to fight. That'll make me that's a little unsettling for me. But Kendrick and J. Cole, what they gonna do? Tighten up each other's locks? Like what? Both of these men are in two spaces in their lives where I don't have to worry about them getting dumb in the streets over some lyrics. But I will tell you this. The moment J. Cole said, if you still feel a way, I'm going to put out my chin and you can take your best shot, let me know he was scared. Y'all can dress it up and code it any kind of way you want to. Mental health, grown man shit, maturity. Black people just want to see mess and beef and all that. No, if I come on here every day and tell y'all I'm the best blogger in the game and can't nobody see me putting these blog posts together and another blogger challenge me and I try to clap back and then turn around 48 hours, 72 hours later and apologize, at the end of the day, J. Cole didn't even have to respond to Kendrick to begin with. He said that he knew people wanted blood, and he was, dog, you like 40 years old. You still fall into peer pressure? You like you a father. You got a lady. You a father. Dog, if you scared, go to church. Just be honest. He didn't even have to apologize. He just could have got on stage and was like, yo, I dropped 7-minute drill and I'm done with it. You know what I'm saying? So y'all got it from here. Y'all got it, big dog. You could have hit a big dog. You got it, big dog. But you told me you couldn't sleep. Because at the end of the day got to end. So y'all pray for Jermaine Cole. Pray for his strength in the Lord, that the Lord already got him realigned and he back on the good foot, and he in a good mental space. But y'all don't talk to me no more about J. Cole being a big dog. Why? I just got a question. Why J. Cole didn't lose sleep after dissing No Name? I don't know. I guess it's a little different when Debo snatched your chain. I don't know. Do y'all think Kendrick Lamar is still going to respond even though J. Cole kind of laid down on his sword at Dreamville? Do you still think Kendrick is going to come back and chew him up? Or just be like, all right. Or Kendrick be like, y'all want to see a dead body? Like, I don't know. I'm just waiting to see what Drake going to do. I told my husband tonight, I said, I'm about to start advocating for Drake. I feel bad. I've never liked seeing a situation where everybody just like kind of gang up on one person. Not in this sense. Not over music. Because everybody who is coming at Drake's neck right now, he has made a hit record with them. And that is wild. I know he at home like, I'm putting cases on. No, you. Like, every single person who is dragging Drake right now, he made a hit record with him. And in some cases, he gave them the hit record. That is wild. The boy from the north. That's wild. So yeah, Mercury is in Gatorade. Everybody's acting crazy. I'm not sure what I'm going to wake up to tomorrow. But it's really wild out here. So y'all just keep your head on a swivel. Watch your back. Because people doing some strange things these days. Really, really strange. Really strange. But, all right. We did 1 hour, 17 minutes tonight, guys. And I thank you all so much for being in the chat. Thank you for joining me and allowing me to share my thoughts on some of the stories in entertainment and celebrity news, as well as I love the feedback from all of you and let me know what you think. And yeah, so I feel like it's something I needed to tell y'all. I don't know. Maybe it'll come to me later. I'm starting to get a headache over here. So if you notice my eye twitching, I don't know what it is, but I feel like headache. It's like right here. Headache. So I guess I'm getting ready to go maybe watch a movie or something with my grandbaby. She told me that she in there watching Trolls. Oh, before I go, if you like movies, if you are a movie goer, I want to give you this warning. Last night, me and the fam went to see Civil War. It's the new A24 movie, came out. Excuse me, stars Kirsten Dunst. The film is about, I only can tell you but so much without spoiling it, but it's basically a civil war breaks out in America. But the film is based on a group of war photographers or what is it called? Photographer journalists. I don't even know if I'm saying that correctly, but somebody would get me together. But it's about journalists who are photographers and how they capture these images and what they go through and how they jeopardize their own safety and on the front lines to get these images, because a lot of times when there's war, we see these images from war, but I never thought about who's taking these pictures. Like, I know it's not a soldier with an iPhone 15, shooting his AR-15, and then he stops and takes photos. I never thought about the people who actually go to these front lines and take the photos. But that's not what I'm warning you about. I felt like it was a good film. Some people are killing the film. Some people said they absolutely love it. I enjoyed the film, but that was the most stress, not even with a T, with a K, the most stressful 90 minutes. I believe it was 90 minutes to 2 hours. The most stressful 90 minutes I have ever sat through in a film. Stress. Me and my daughter are grabbing each other's arms, punching each other's thighs in the theater. That film, I had to come home last night and sip something. So if you plan to see Civil War, my suggestion to you as your homegirl who loves and cares for you is you better either sip or inhale something before you go in that theater, or you will be sipping or inhaling something when you come out, because I feel like I'm entitled to compensation. I am pretty sure I have PTSD from that film. I'm entitled to compensation. I need to dial 1-888 somebody's law firm. It was a good film, but my lamb, I don't ever have to see that film ever again. But it was a good film, but I never have to see it again. So if you are interested in seeing that film, or you plan to go see that film, go ahead, baby. Go ahead. But them little Bacardi or them little Seagrams, them little joints like that, just put one right in your lapel pocket right here, or put one in your little side pocket right there, because you're going to need it. You're going to need it. You're going to need it. I had to come home and sit in the bed last night, stare at the wall for a little bit just to bring it down. You're going to need it. All right. So with that being said, good night. Wait, somebody cooking. Y'all, my house is such a house. It is 11:26 and I smell food. Somebody's cooking. And I guarantee somebody's cooking something for my grandbaby. Let me go get my house together. Let me go get my house in order while I'm talking about other folks' house, okay? So I love y'all. Y'all have a great night. I will see you in the streets of Facebook. I will see you on icecreamconvos.com. Be sure to visit the site every day, okay? That's how you can help me. Visit the site every day. Read the stories. Just read the stories, okay? Because I'll be having that heat for you, all right? Yep, Eve done conned Poppy. She got Poppy down there cooking, for sure. Either Poppy or Des. She got him down there cooking. But okay, I love y'all. I love y'all so much. And as always, just thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I thank you for being you. I thank you for supporting me. I thank you for just bringing joy into my life, okay? I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.